Bring us 2 absolute martinis. You know how I like them, straight up. And then precisely 7 1/2 minutes after that, you're gonna bring us 2 more. Then 2 more after that every 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
It's up to each and every one of you, my highly trained Stratonites, my killers who will not take no for an answer. Not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking dies!
Welcome to the Talking the Line podcast, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, giving you our best insights and analysis so you can rake in some cold hard cash on your next sports bet. Now sit on back, open up your mind, and let's cash some tickets. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We hope you enjoy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, degenerates and gamblers, far and wide. Welcome in to episode number 146 of the Talking the Line podcast on this absolutely beautiful Thursday of bets, also known as Thursday Night Football Thursday, also known as the day after Wise Words Wednesday. Be sure to check out episode number 6 that just dropped on your favorite podcast directory or also on our YouTube channel, also known as, so you don't have to check your calendar, October 14th, 2021. Thank you so much, as always, for stopping by. You know we have plenty to discuss today in regards to Thursday Night Football, in regards to the rest of the slate and the board today. We got lots to do, lots to discuss, lots to laugh about. All that being said, before the good vibes become inbound through whatever device you're currently ingesting the pod, make sure you take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the TTL Pod on. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional TTL crew content dropping. Next item up on the list, if you could be so kind, you can find it in your hearts to do so, and you got a couple extra seconds while you're watching the show, smash that like button as well, leave us a comment, leave us a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat over there if you are watching live, hit that share button, send it on over to your brothers, sisters, uncles, neighbors, enemies, friends, everybody in between. The TTL Pod is for all, if you didn't know, the first time better to the Daily Degenerate. We want to help you bankrupt the books right alongside with us, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate it when you do. Only helps us make TTL Sports Media bigger and better for each and every one of you. Last, certainly not least, head on over to this episode's description. The first link you are going to see there is the Talking the Line link tree. Within that link tree, you will find the talkingtheline.com website, also all of the TTL Crew social platforms and our additional content, so you can consume all of that however and whenever you please. Shout out also Moneyline Dice. You'll find their link as well in this episode's description. One of our proud partners. We appreciate the hell out of them. Pick out anything you want on their website. Enter code TTL10 at checkout for 10% off your first order. Shout out.
Shout out.
Ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful gambling people joining us on today's show, I am your humble host, Colton, Colt 45, Cap and Colt, Sroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by and get some insights, get some analysis, get some picks. Where is the crew leaning? What are we hammering in? What are we doing on this beautiful Thursday night football, Thursday, October 14th, 2021? We got loads to talk about on that end of the spectrum. We also have plenty to discuss as far as the college football slates, the NHL hockey slates, as well as the MLB Game 5 Giants Dodgers finale, if you will. But there is one final thing that I must do that I have failed to do as the host of this here podcast that I am about to complete now. I have said we, us, crew, and things in relation far too many fucking times here this morning to not have acknowledged the man that sits to my left on every single one of these here shows. The man that you know as the man, 2 times, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend, slowly recovering Southsider with a broken heart, but will quickly be mended with a Packers, maybe not loss against my Bears on this upcoming week. The TTL resident cheesehead himself. Ladies and gentlemen, help me bring him on in, Mr. Riley RMags Magnuson. Partner, how the hell are you doing over there today, pal?
My man, it is a gorgeous Thursday here in the Windy City, and it is an NFL day, so there is nothing better than an NFL day, so I can't be too much better, too much worse. I'm feeling fantastic, man. I'm ready to get dive deep, I done scuba dove. But yeah, you mentioned a big baseball game today. We've got NHL hockey. We've got a couple college games. We haven't really we did dive deep, but we didn't. As far as action, we didn't dive deep. But it's a full slate, man. I'd love to be able to do a little bit of everything parlay, but don't know that I love enough on college or baseball. So outside of that, my man.
You just put a light bulb in my brain.
Did
so
you?
we might have to we might have to discuss a little something here a little bit later. Hey, shout out. Good morning, Kim. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, Before we do get into all the aforementioned nonsense, everything we're talking about, appreciate you all stopping by this morning. Anybody who is watching live out there. What do we got coming up on today's show, partner? We got your best bets, my best bets for Thursday night football. We're sticking light again, staying a little game. We're not going to go too wild. We are actually targeting, once again, the same guy for our props, but totally different sides of the prop market. We did this once before, and it was very, very profitable. So looking to do that again, as well as we got a crew play that we are going to stick with the spread on this side, a specific side of the spread as well. We will also discuss a little bit about the total and why we're going to stay away from that. So we'll have plenty of time to discuss all this jazz if you missed us talking about it yesterday on the full Week 6 look ahead. We will also talk just a little bit about the rest of the board. If you didn't read the description, we got 7, 8, 9 hockey games on tap tonight. It's
something like that. I've got a couple things locked in already.
Yeah. I haven't locked anything in officially yet, but I definitely want to talk about it here. Give you guys probably what I will be locking in, as well as we'll talk about that Giants-Dodgers game.
Yeah.
Game 5. I want to get a little hot and heavy with that. We got 2 college football games on tap: Navy and Memphis, as well as JASO, Georgia Southern, and USA, Southern Alabama.
Go Jags.
Go Jags. Fucking Jags. Going Jag. We'll talk about all of that action. Haven't locked anything officially out of those slates yet. No. But just want to talk to you guys about them, tell you where we're leaning, and remind you, hell of a time to follow us on the Action Network app. I am at cash_with_Colt. My partner is at RMags in all caps. Then you can find the Talking the Line best bets at Talking the Line. I know, super inventive, really hard to remember. If you don't have the Action Network app, you say, what the fuck is that? We got another place you can find them. Just go to talkingtheline.com in your favorite website browser, and you'll see all of our nonsense, all of our content, everything in between. And then wouldn't you know it, on the Today's Best Bets tab are all of our best bets.
100%. And if you don't have the Action app, you should either A, get that app, or get another one like it.
Correct.
And listen to yesterday's wise words. Ooh. And our guest will tell you why something like that app is very important for your money management.
Double plug.
How about that?
Double free plug. I absolutely love that. Hey, check out something like that for sure. We've been using Action for a long time. We do pay for the full version, as well as, check out Wise Words. Big time guest, Mr. Mark Drumheller yesterday. Had an absolute blast talking with him and going back and forth. Yeah, one of the key things we stopped on was the importance of tracking your bets and your overall performance and kind of building opinions off of what the hell you do. So we got plenty to talk about on today's show, honestly, my friends. We'll get through the bulk of it, the meat of it, if you will, all Thursday night, and then we'll dive into a little bit of the rest of it. We'll have the usual RMags Sidebar. We'll obviously get into some fucking rabbit hole somewhere amongst that. Look at the smirk on his face. We're definitely getting a rabbit hole today. We'll remind you the always important, ever popular TTL announcements, what we got coming up, stuff around the bend, and then, hey, you need a little extra inspiration, a little motivation, get you on through your day here. Go ahead, head on over, and wait for the end of the show, because we'll be bringing that to you as well. That'll be my motivation minutes. I got you guys covered there. Had a little bit of a brain freeze there. Had to do a little producer duties, but hey, host Colts back in action. One of these here days, we'll have a producer producing the show for us, or we'll be joining somebody who will help produce the show. So I won't have to produce the show. Mags won't have to do all the other stuff, and we can just bring you badass content. But for now, we're okay.
We pile along.
We're wearing every hat in the book, as well as my main podcasting hat that is firmly on top of my head. So, partner, first things first, damn it. To me, to you, to each and every one of you.
You do a little better than that.
To each and every one of you. Why don't you show the kind of people what you're sipping out of there?
Hey.
Ooh, child, please.
Hey.
Hey, this the original Ben Franklin drawing. To me, to you, every one of you beautiful people out there sipping on the elixir of the gods. It's okay. You can tell them don't tread on me, but once you get a sip of coffee, everything will be all right.
100%. Had to wait for mine today. Little fiasco in the home.
Oh,
coffee maker.
Your coffee maker was all fucked up. Before we get into the props, picks, everything in between, little did you know, if you ever see this picture and you look at the rattles on the rattlesnake, why Ben Franklin originally drew this, and there are 13 individual rattles for the 13 original colonies.
There you go.
Little some you might not have known there. You ever see one of them there flags, or was it a little mug like that? So, I'm a fan of history.
There you go.
Now you got a little more knowledge. So, cut all the nonsense. Stop all the drama. Quit the banter that you could go to every other sports media outlet and get. You come to the TTL Pod. We know. You know. He knows. She knows. They know. Why? But let me tell you anyway. For the Stone Cold Locks, insights, picks, analysis, props, everything in between, and run it. Tickets to the window with the TTL crew all day and night long. So without further ado, my friends, it is time to get into the first segment of the day. How we're going to do it, partner's going to lay down his prop play for you. Then I will flip the script to my side. I'll lay my prop play down for you. Then we'll get into the third segment, and we will give you the crew play, and then we'll get weird with everything else. So with that first, aforementioned first segment of the day, a few redundancies in between, let's get into RMags best bets of the day. And if it wasn't turned up already, the fucking volume on your speakers better be way the hell up, ladies and gentlemen. Your ear holes better be wide, your eye holes better be wide, and you better get ready to be, that sounds fucked up, penetrated with insights through your dome pieces. Without further ado, partner, take the mic from me. You have the floor.
I appreciate you, partner. So, going over to a little yardage prop here, receiving yardage, going over to the birds side of things today.
Oh.
Quez Watkins, over 39.5 receiving yards tonight for the Eagles. This Tampa Bay defense, partner, not as stout as they once were a few 8 months or so ago, 9 months or so ago at the end of the last season when they were tearing through the NFC and the rest of the NFL. Still, obviously, a very good football team, but their defense, 5.7 yards per play. That is 17th in the league. And believe it or not, partner, they are not pressuring the quarterback, and I do believe that Quez Watkins is going to have the opportunity to beat this secondary because I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to be running too much. I mentioned that Tampa Bay defense, what they were last year. What was the big bad saying? That pass rush is terrifying. Right now, partner, they are 29th in the league in sack percentage. They are allowing 314.4 pass yards per game. That is dead last in the NFL.
Roll Tide Jalen Hurts.
Yes, sir. Roll Tide Jalen Hurts. Roll Tide Devontae Smith as well. But I'm not going to either of those guys necessarily. Quez Watkins over 39.5. I love that play today for all of the reasons I just mentioned, but also 40 yards or more in 3 of 5 games so far this season. But why I like it even more, and I think this might be the last time you're going to catch it this low, Week 1 snap count, or Weeks 1 through 4 snap count, anywhere from 48% to 66%. Week 5 last week against a solid Carolina Panthers defense, pass defense at the very least, up to 82%. Snap count. Now, where is that coming from, you say? Is that Devontae Smith down a little bit? Jalen Reagor? Not so much. That's actually Greg Ward. Average of 30% snap count for weeks 1 through 4, all the way down to 16% last week. He is getting phased out of that offense.
Get the fuck out.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's out of town altogether pretty soon here. And Quez Watkins, not only is he taking that role, now I mentioned Jalen Reagor snap count 8, dropping to the floor by any means, but as far as targets and production, Quez Watkins is seeming to be on the rise here, and with that additional snap count, I do believe it's going to take one big play. I think he's going to be involved within the offense, who might not even take a big play, but I am anticipating that he does hit a big play. Might even get this bad boy in one single big play. So give me the over 39.5. I'm blanking on what his longest reception yard number is, but I'd also be interested in that alongside of this, but because it's obviously lower than this. And like I said, I would not be surprised if he gets a 40-yard or more reception. So go ahead.
19.5-yard reception.
Give me all of that action. Give me all of that action. So, that's all I've got, partner. I know you've got a little more on this guy, but I'm really liking this prop total. I was interested in a couple other guys, but at the end of the day, this was my most confidence, and I'm going to stick with the one, at least on my side of things. I'm also back in yours, though, so lay it down for us.
I'm back in yours as well. Before I click over onto my side of things, do your line shopping.
Yes.
Always as a reminder, FanDuel Sportsbook right now in the beautiful state of Illinois is he's at 39.5 on DraftKings. He's at 41.5.
Correct.
Haven't
still
checked
love it
any
there,
other books, but still love it there too. I think he absolutely bombs. It has been added to all my stuff, and the 19.5 Quez Watkins longest reception is very, very intriguing as well. But I'll tell you why here in just a sec.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be locking that one in as well.
Yeah, it has been added to ye old slip. So I'll get into that here in just a second. But let me switch over to the second segment of the day. My best bets of the day. All right, so I too am sticking with Quez Watkins.
Okay.
I'm not going to take any of his yardage, any maybe potential rushing, receptions, none of that jazz. I'm all right on that, but I am backing you on the yardage total. I like his receiving yardage big time. But I decided to do a little flick through some of the old, hey, anytime touchdown scores. What's going on here? Well, I see Mr. Quez Watkins at plus 230 here this morning. I said, wow, that seems awful low for a man that has 0 touchdowns in the league. So, of course, I had to do some investigating.
At least this year. He did have one last year.
He did have one last year. This year, nothing going on.
Right.
I thought, well, that's pretty doggone intriguing. So I looked through some stuff, and he leads the league in yards per catch, despite all of the things that everybody's worried about with the Buccaneers defense, potentially shutting them down. They're banged up a lot, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in both of our Eagles analysis here. Ooh, maybe I told you a little bit too early, but hey, maybe we'll talk about that later. Either way, I love Quez Watkins anytime touchdown score right around plus 230. Just to tell you if it has moved at all or not. I
just looked 230 still.
It is still at 230, so I love it right around there. He's actually, for some reason, now gone above Jalen Reagor on the list now, so maybe just a little bit of movement there, not enough to switch any odds, but just a little bit of movement there. Either way, I think that this kid absolutely lights it up tonight. I don't think that Devontae Smith is left out by any means.
No,
but
his prices are just a little,
a little too weird. 71.5 is a little too much. He might be right around in that ballpark. It's kind of hard to tell with what exactly you're going to see, and I think
he might fall right around.
Yeah,
there.
And I think Quez Watkins, just with the tick up in snap rate and everything kind of looking in his favor with this odds, I think it's time that Quez Watkins gets in the end zone, and I think it's on one of those big bombs that my partner was talking about. So you heard it here first. Quez Watkins, give me a little 2.5 to 1 to get in the end zone anytime here this evening.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, my man. I locked it in. That one, I mean, you basically laid it out, but when you see the odds as low as they are for a guy that hasn't found the end zone yet, that kind of raises a red flag to me, or, the opposite of a red flag in our case, that the books think that he might get in there and they're not going to price him what they typically do. So I think we've got something on our hands today with these Quez Watkins props, my friend.
Yeah, I think Quez Watkins is the dark horse, the black sheep, the underdog, if you will. And that's what we always like to target. So let's see if we can go 2-0 on his props here. One coming from me, one coming from Mr. RMags. All right, there's the first two segments. How about the third segment of the day, the TTL crew play of the day? We'll call it this. We're both on it. We tried to talk each other off the ledge, but there's just way too much going into this game that we simply
can't pass up.
Could not pass up. That's how in sync we are on this play. He knows exactly where we're going. I won't hold out on you guys anymore. I apologize that I kind of slipped, but hey, here we go. The TTL crew play of the day. We're going Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Philadelphia Eagles plus 6.5 on the spread. And actually, my friends, we have both sprinkled just a little bit on that old money line. Just the baby some sprinkles, not anything crazy. Maybe a quarter unit, a little something like that. Nothing crazy you need to. But the games between the Bucs and the Eagles are always bananas, my friends. I'm sure you'll see some banana emojis across the TTL Twitter this evening while this game is going on with some of the plays that happen. And Thursday night games have been already pretty wild, pretty goofy anyway, so I think it just continues to lend into that trend. And there are a boatload of injuries on the Buccaneers side of the ball. Now, mainly on the defensive side of the ball. They're not battling too much offensively, but the defense is where they really need to not have those injuries. They have no Carlton Davis, no Antoine Winfield, no Levante David, and JPP's questionable. So he's not at 100%.
Be willing to bet he's out.
He might end up being out. So that is very, very, very interesting. The Eagles, I have 100% faith in them that they are going to be able to move the ball behind that receiving core here tonight, as well as Jalen. I think this is going to be I don't want to say easy for them, but it's going to be a lot easier than it has been here the last few weeks. Surprisingly, Tampa Bay is 32nd in the NFL against the pass right now. And that is just all types of red flags.
Right.
And I think, too, that Philadelphia's defense is really going to help them in this game.
Mm-hmm.
They play that zone. They're going to keep everything in front of them, really force Tom Brady to beat them over the top, and I just don't think that that's going to happen. I think that they're going to keep everything in front of them, and you might see a turnover from Tom Brady here today. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. Last but not least, the Sharps have taken their side. You know, the parallelograms, the rhombuses, as our great friend at the Sportsbook and Sig would say. Philadelphia plus 6.5, getting 28% of bets with 46% of actual money wagered on them without even being close to game time. So getting big old bets on them, despite the fact that the books opened this line at 7.5 in favor of the Bucs, and it's dropped all the way down to 6.5 now. Lost a whole point, and the Bucs are getting 72% of bets with 54% of money wagered on that. What could go wrong there? So that all being said, they have 99% of actual money wagered on their money line, so worth a little sprinkle there too. Last but not least, before I kick it over to you, partner, you know how it gets down over here. Tampa Bay, 4-13-1 ATS last 18 October games, 1-4 ATS last 5 as a road favorite, and 1-5 ATS their last 6 Week 6 games. Not to mention 1-7 ATS their last, you know I'm a day of the week homer, 8 Thursday games. Fly Eagles fly, 5-1 ATS last 6 Thursday games for those boys. Philadelphia is also 6-2 ATS their last 8 Week 6 games. Yep. Philly 5-2 ATS last 7 as a home pooch. And the pooch in these last 8 meetings between these two teams, 6-2 against the spread, and the Eagles 3-2 ATS last 5 overall.
I love it.
Partner, I know I went way all over the map there.
I've got plenty.
But what you got here for us, pal?
I don't even know where to start, if I'm being honest. I love the Thursday trends. I would say of all the days that day of the week trends matter in the NFL, Thursday is the one for sure on the short week. And, you know, as far as Tom Brady goes, his thumb is a little banged up, and you know what? I'm not even going to say what I'm going to say, because if I do, Tom Brady might jump through the screen and punch me in the face and drag me through all of this anyway. So I'm not even going to say what I was about to say.
No reason, just show up on your Twitter page.
Yeah. So I'll skip all that. Tampa Bay is last in the league in pass yards, like we said, 29th in sack percentage, and it's only going to get worse tonight with all these injuries. I do believe Levante David is a massive force in that team. Philly's defense, rush defense, isn't very good. 30th in the league, 142 yards per game. But what does this Tampa Bay offense not do well? They don't run the ball well. They're 26th on the offensive side, rushing the ball at 82 yards per game. I have no concerns about that. And, of course, you say Tampa Bay's pass offense is Tampa Bay's pass offense. Eagles third in the league in pass defense, 194.8 yards per game. I mentioned Brady's thumb is banged up. Bucs 1-5 ATS last 6 after a 14-plus point straight up win. I think we've got a letdown spot on our hands, partner. You look back to last year. I don't remember if they had more Thursday games than this, but the one Thursday game that's sticking out to my head right about this time of the year was a slip up to your Bears in Soldier Field. And this Eagles team kind of reminds me of that team, if I'm being totally honest with you. And, you know, like we said, we're not giving out the money line as an official pick, but we'll maybe sprinkle on my side of things as well, partner.
Quite possibly. So maybe this is the Bears' week that they take over really good teams and cause them to lose, and maybe the Bears are worth a money
less about the Bears and more
too.
About the Tampa Bay Bucs. Is my opinion there.
That's kind of what I was drawing. But hey, either way, bear down. Cannot wait for that game either. You heard it here first, my friends. Philadelphia Eagles plus 6.5. Wish I would have jumped sooner at the plus 7. It's already ticked way down. So plus 6.5, hammer that shit in. Finishes by a field goal either way, and maybe the Eagles walk away with it being in Philly.
Quite possibly.
There you go. There you have it. All of RMags, Colts, and the Cruise TTL best bets of the day. And props as well. Now, we have all of that. As always, if you missed anything, we'll quickly toss it on up on the screen so you have an opportunity to hammer it in real quick, as well as for clippaging purposes for our social medias and website. But outside of that, that's all for Thursday Night Football. We're about to dive into the full slates for all the rest of the board here today. And before we do, let's kick those picks up on the screen. So get those sports books out, whichever one you like to use. Get ready to hammer them in. It's that time of the day. The TTL Crew's best bets of the day are now live on your screen for this beautiful Thursday of bets, Thursday Night Football, Thursday, October 14th, 2021. Turn your attention to the right side of the screen where you will see RMags best bets. You see one that matches up with me, so I'll skip over it for a second. His lone prop of the evening. He's going to Quez Watkins receiving yardage total. He's going over 39.5 or over 41.5. Comfortable there too, but be sure to do your line shopping to the right of that. That is actually the left side of your screen. I fucking am sorry because I have to go to the right because it's bass backwards, but right above us on the right side of your screen now officially my picks. I too am going to Quez Watkins. He looks primed to get into the end zone, leads the NFL in yards per catch, but has not got into the end zone yet this season. Give me him at plus 230 there. As well, we might add it, so follow us. Be sure to check it out on the Action Network app over his longest receiving total or longest reception of 19.5 yards. You see on both of our, or below both of our names, Fly Eagles Fly, baby. Philadelphia Eagles plus 6.5 tonight at Lincoln Financial Field. Give us all of the points and maybe go right on ahead. A little sprinkle on the money line.
Go Birds.
Lock them in, hammer them home, sprinkle a little bit of dough down, whatever you need to say. Just make sure you get today's TTL Crew best bets of the day in it, whatever the current best line is on your favorite sports book. All right, there we have it, my friend. Let's get those see you later. Goodbye. Gone. All right, there we go. Bear down. All right. Cannot wait.
The yelling words.
Anytime I get the opportunity. Bear down. So there we go. There you have it. Everything Thursday Night Football from the TTL Crew. All right. Well, we got a shitload to talk about. First thing I want to talk about, I didn't want to make it an official pod pick. This is the second half of our show. Here we go now.
Yep.
New gear, whatever you need to do.
Yep,
Get
that was
yourself
it,
in that
for
mode.
sure.
There it is. I kind of wanted, or I like the over 52.5 tonight.
Okay.
Also, if you guys got any questions, you got anything you're thinking about, drop them on over in the chat if you tune in live. I like the over 52.5. I'm not sold on it though, because I think it could go 53, but I also think it could go 52, and I don't want to deduct all of that and see actually where it goes. You have any thoughts overall? I know you were pretty firm staying away.
I am firm staying away. I am honestly, now without looking at the money and the sharp action is making me consider the over. Without all of that, I'm kind of interested in the under. I'm not saying Tom Brady and the Bucs offense lays an egg, but I do kind of predict that they might have one of their least productive nights of the year, maybe taking away that one New England night game. But I don't know, because I do actually believe that Philly's offense is going to have some nice success. I just don't know. I don't really have a final score prediction. I just think it's going to finish within a touchdown, if not in the Eagles' favor.
Yeah, I think within a field goal. I mean, it's going to be. I think it's going to be tight for sure. So, I don't know.
And I could see it finishing anywhere between 48 and 58. So I'm sitting myself out of this one for sure.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm going to lean. That's where I'm going to stay. I'm probably going to stay on the sidelines, but might end up putting a half of a unit there. But just wanted to kind of mention that if you're going to the total, I think it's just a little too tricky to know what the hell is going to happen. But with how high we are on the Eagles, they might show up. It might be a shootout. We'll see what happens. But stay away from it per the TTL Crew. How about, though, partner?
Sorry. Well, no,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, if we're thinking what we're thinking,
right,
should we be interested in some of these team totals?
Well,
Tampa Bay, 30.5. Philly, 22.5.
Ooh, Philly, 22.5 is very, very interesting. Ooh, 22.5. I think they could get like 24, but also I thought that with the Bengals against your Packers this past week, and they got 22.
I think I'll stay away, but I think it's at least worth a thought.
Yeah, that one might be worth a thought for sure. I'm not over the moon with it by any means,
right,
but it might be worth a little bit of a look. I don't know. There just weren't many props on the list here today that I was just way over the moon. I think they're pretty doggone accurate to what they're going to be.
I told you I was interested in Devontae Smith receptions over 5.5, but it is very, very chalky. Right around, let me find it accurately here, minus 140 for over 5.5. And yeah, you mentioned it to me. Not typically something you want to eat some chalk on a prop, unless you're supremely confident.
Yeah.
Which I'm not over the moon to eat that chalk, so I'll stay away from that one.
Yeah. No reason to do that. Don't ever force yourself into a play.
Right.
So I'm glad you did end up doing that. So,
but even, sorry to cut you off once again, but Quez Watkins over 19.5 long reception, minus 136. That makes me feel fantastic about my yards prop, but that is a little chalky as well.
Damn, it wasn't right at that. It must have moved a little bit there. So, okay, yeah, that makes me feel pretty good too. All right, well, you typically know me to have college play here or there.
Tick back up to 7 on DraftKings here.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
I haven't locked anything in on the old Kings. I just kept an eye on the old FanDuel. All right, so anything else you need to get out about this NFL game?
I don't believe so.
All right. I'm fully anticipating about to say what I'm about to say, and you're going to have something else now that you keep flicking through the lines.
Okay.
But for going on to the NCAA football slate of the night. You know me, typically I'll have some college football action, a little bit of
especially on these Thursdays.
On these Thursday game, I typically have some action, but all right, let me tell you why I'm staying away.
Yeah.
So I like Memphis a lot.
I
was kind of leaning to them, but I don't know that they deserve to be favored by a touchdown and a field goal plus the hook over anybody.
Right.
I also don't trust Navy enough to cover, but then again, okay, Navy's been kind of keeping it tight with a few teams here or there. They gave Houston a run for their money recently. You know what?
They beat UCF, gave SMU a run for their money.
It wasn't bad. And then I decided I was about to lock in the 10.5, and it ticked up to 11.5. So I don't like that movement. Right there where you're on, where is the money and the bets at right now?
Let's see, 55% of bets on Navy, but 71% of money on Memphis.
Okay, so little something to think about there. I don't know, again, that they deserve to be favored by 11.5 points. They've been good here or there, but I don't. That's way too steep of a price for me to want to pay. 55 seems right about spot on too.
For a total, yeah.
Yeah, you hate to play an under in a college game. You look right at Navy and you think, classic under team, but this one could go way over as well. But then again, Navy could get out early and really limit Memphis for the entire night. So that's, again, another stay away, and the reason why I'm staying away from that bad boy. Partner, any additional thoughts on that game?
No, I mean, some of these indicators make me interested in taking Memphis, but I don't trust them enough. They're coming on a 3-game losing streak, with one of those losses being Temple. I mean, two of the teams they lost to, Tulsa and UTSA, pretty damn solid teams, but Temple is not in that category. They lost as minus 11.5. And Navy has covered and won outright in one of these last 3 games, plus 19, plus 15, plus 13.5. So all of these indicators and putting it right there make me want to side with Memphis, but I don't trust them enough. That's just point blank.
Nope, I don't either. Not as that steep of a favor. Maybe if they were an underdog, potentially, but not in that spot. Other game on tap tonight, you got Jasso, typically one of my favorite teams to back. Jasso and USA, Southern Alabama Jags. So I liked the Jags just because they've been playing a lot better than Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern has been having a knack for letting games slip away, shooting themselves in the foot this year. And, I was going to back USA at 3.5. This line is now down to 2.5. I don't know that I have enough faith to back Jasso at plus 2.5, or if I have enough faith to just run to the money line at plus 130 and take any of that action.
Right.
Now with the line movement, I have no faith in USA whatsoever. So that is once again why I'm staying farther hell away from this spread. And then the total, 49.5. Oh, that's so low for a college football game. I got to take the over. Take that, and then I'm not interested in getting blasted through the floor in a 20-7 game. But then again, I'm not interested in trying to play a 20-7 game, and then they go off 33-31 on a Thursday night. I don't know any edge anywhere you can see it with those teams. I think both of these games are going to be fun from a college football fan. Just sit back and watch them. Don't risk your money on these games. There's there's not enough value or edge on either side, for my opinion.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And I once again, I'll say it makes me interested in Memphis, the other game, but no thanks.
Yeah,
No
we're
thanks.
going to stay far away. But hey, don't you worry your pretty striped head. We're going to get you back to Tyson in your cozy tiger bed. We got Clemson up tomorrow, speaking of Tigers, with Syracuse Orange.
Mm-hmm.
We got plenty of Friday games. That's a little teaser. We'll talk plenty about that. Might have a play out of that game for you guys. We'll have
May or may not.
plenty of Friday action for you. We got plenty of Saturday action. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you do not miss tomorrow's Friday Pick Spectacular. Might be one of the last Friday Pick Spectaculars we do, because kind of getting to the point now where we can be dishing out value for every single slate. Now,
Yeah.
Once hockey gets into the next week or two, basketball gets into the next week or two, we'll definitely have business as usual every single day. We'll
Right.
probably take the recap and look ahead away, all that stuff. We will get back to just straight insights, analysis, cash and tickets, but, still having fun the whole time away about it. So that's college football. Next one up on tap, and I actually really like, because FanDuel is still running the parlay insurance, so you can sprinkle a little bit on all of these plays and still run the parlay too. So we're pretty fucking profitable yesterday. We went 5-1 as a crew. I took the under in the Rangers and the Caps game, and you ended up taking the Caps. Easy, no
Money
sweat
line, yes,
victory.
sir. Took ended up doing a smaller unit on 0.25 unit on the Blackhawks money line. I didn't think it was a homer play, but, the Colorado Avalanche came out and smacked us in the mouth. But, that's the way she goes. The Hawks bounced back a little bit. But under 5.5 in that Winnipeg-Anaheim game. Really liked it. As the game on, that one ended up being extremely sweaty. 4-1 finish for the old Ducks. But nonetheless, not a bad day on the ice for the crew, eh?
No, not at all. We laced them up. Everything's looking good. Just gonna stay the course.
Yeah.
Try and find some trends. Help you guys cash some hockey tickets. So here's where I'm leaning. We'll probably put something together a little bit later to kind of see, because I was leaning some solid ways. Shoot him across Mags, and he was like, maybe. And then he was like, oh no, shit, that was perfect.
Yep.
So it kind of worked out pretty doggone good. So leaning to the under in the Stars versus Rangers.
Okay.
Under 6. I think if fucking Ovi doesn't need to get the record last night and doesn't have to play as he plays, I don't think that goes 5-1.
Sure.
I think it was a really unnecessary undersweat
Sure.
for me. I was
Okay,
on the
okay.
edge of my seat for
Yeah,
8.5 fucking minutes last night. Like, hey,
Right.
fellas, I got shit to do here. I
Right.
got time to sweat out a 5-1 game.
Right. Not to mention
Electric is all fuck when it's like that. I forgot how good it was to sweat out a
some
hockey
hockey
under.
sweats. But now you got the Rangers on a back-to-back, so their offense should be slow once again tonight.
And Dallas Stars are notoriously pretty slow starting offensively. They got a decent defense, so I think this is going to be like a 2-1 game.
Okay.
Shouldn't be up to 6 at all.
Okay.
IMO.
I like it. Lock that in right now. I like that.
Quite possibly. Arizona Coyotes against the Columbus Blue Jaquetas. This one's a little bit more of a toss-up. I don't know that the Blue Jackets deserve to be 168, favored 168 on the money line.
Okay.
I also don't know I trust the Coyotes enough to back plus 142 on the money line. But what
Right.
is very intriguing is that their plus 1.5 is minus 184. But also at the same token, that could just be the books kind of trying to scare everybody away from taking that.
Yeah.
And
Coyotes last year were one of my teams that I stayed away from because they were so unpredictable for me.
Yeah. And I think that is the books trying to scare some people to try and play that money line.
Yeah.
And I think that the Blue Jackets are going to get this done by more than 2 goals is kind of where I'm leaning.
Okay.
The Blue Jackets minus 1.5. I like the minus 168 for parlay purposes, so might be worth eating a little bit of chalk there. But again, I don't. Sometimes the Blue Jackets will shoot you in the foot. So again, I think I'm kind of leaning under, if I do say so myself.
Okay.
Did you have any money split on that one? I hadn't looked at that one recently.
As far as the total?
Yeah.
Total, I don't see a money split. It's 69% of bets are on the over. It appears that they are indicating sharp money on the under.
Okay, so just hasn't populated
Yeah.
enough yet. Haven't got enough bets on it. So might be looking at the under 5.5 there. Might leave that one out. Kind of a coin flip with the Coyotes and the Blue Jackets. So might stay off of that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had one I was interested in, locked in the under in Tampa Bay and Detroit, under 6. Actually, kind of interested. I don't know about the money line, but
Shit, I was gonna go game by game. You're rocking and rolling.
okay. So,
Yeah,
well, this is really the only one I had any opinions on.
Oh, okay,
so.
for sure.
I'm going to the under. I am honestly a little interested in Detroit at even plus 1.5 or money line. I don't trust them enough though, and I don't think it's too much of what happened the other night. But minus 210 for the Lightning against a bad Detroit team kind of signifies to me that the Lightning might be a trap today. I don't think their offense is going to be cooking once again tonight. And the under 6, big money split on the under. 57% of bets on the over, but 86% of bets on the under. So, coupling that with the short price for the Lightning against a bad team, I'm thinking Lightning's offense comes out flat once again tonight, and we've got a close game here and an under sweat. Hopefully not an under sweat, but that's all I got. That was my only one that I had to lay down. So I'll let you take the rest of the slate. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
I fucking love it because I was already on the under 6 as well, so that's perfect for the Lightning and the Wings. Looks good.
But would you agree as far as the Red Wings might have some value here today?
They very well could.
I don't trust them enough.
Yeah, I think that plus 115 is trying to get public to buy into the 2-time champs. So
Most definitely.
on the puck line,
Most
minus
definitely.
1.5 plus 115.
Absolutely.
So I think
I
there's
saw
some
it, too.
value on them for sure, but I also think it's going to be pretty flat. Maybe another 2-1 game with a total of 6. Next game up on tap. I'm surprised you didn't have anything on this one. Our guys, well, actually kind of my guys either way. Islanders versus the Canes. Islanders coming off of the brutal postseason exit last year.
Yep.
I do like the Islanders on the money line.
Really?
Plus 112.
Okay.
I think the Canes are pretty sneaky, but with that being at minus 245, I think they're the more valuable team.
Okay.
I'm going to lean Islanders. They're probably on there, so we get a little bit of plus money, but we'll discuss a little bit further. That's kind of just where I'm leaning, though, with the value.
Okay.
Gwen's Panthers. That one's going to be interesting as all hell to me, but I also do believe that this one's a little bit of a shootout in and of its own right. Not necessarily scoring a boatload of goals, but more of a defensive battle, you know?
Okay.
Freaking old Pittsburgh came out, smacked the old Bolts in the
They
mouth.
sure did.
And that was kind of interesting to me. Did they end up putting...
It was 6-2. I didn't watch it. I saw people complaining it was like 99% chance of covering the under. It was like 4-2, and then they all of a sudden dropped in 2 goals at the end. I don't know what happened.
I also, in that game, I do like the under 6.5. I think that has the best value in that matchup. The plus 1.5 for the Gwens for sure, but the Panthers, you got to remember, were a damn good team last year. So, they didn't really lose anybody, didn't make any crazy moves, but they didn't really lose too many people. So I think
that's still Coach Q over there, correct?
It is still Coach Q. So very defensive mind. I think potentially we go under 6.5 there. So we'll talk about that one. Hey, Les Habitants.
There you go.
My boys, go Habs, go. I like them on the money line tonight against the Sabres.
All right.
Sabres, I don't want to have too much recency bias as they're just big old pieces of shit from last year.
Sure.
But, I mean, I still think
the vibe around the organization isn't great either.
No, and I don't think they're going to have it put all together yet. So I am going to lean to the Habitants, especially after dropping the opening game there against the old Leafs. So when they probably saw that smack in the mouth coming from a mile away. So they want to get one on the left side of the column, this side if you're watching. So I like them, minus 146. Not too steep. I think that price because of the loss last night.
Okay.
Then Leafs Senators. I think the Leafs continue to come out slow. They put up some last-minute goals last night. It ended up finishing 3-1, I do believe.
2-1.
2-1, yeah. So they only put one in net in the third period. They look pretty lackluster offensively, especially without Austin Matthews, some of their key players.
Right.
I think that kind of continues to go here, and especially against the Ottawa Senators, who haven't been able to score more than 2 goals, and I feel like a game in the last 5 years. So
okay.
I like the under 6.5 once again there. I think just because of the brand name of the Leafs and the short line, you get minus 104 on the over. I think because of that, it's going to kind of draw people to that, big game, big rebound game for the Leafs. And I just don't think that's going to be the Leafs. I think the Leafs are going to be a little rocky here for the first 1, 2, 3 weeks of the season.
At least offensively, you're saying?
At least offensively, yeah. And defensively, they'll keep it pretty tight.
Sure.
So I think this is another under spot.
Okay.
Again, love the under, just like you. You locked that one in, Lightning and the Wings.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that a little bit after the show. Then we also both like. I know you haven't officially about it, but I bought into my boys release them, the Kraken.
Oh, I'm on it. I just don't have the analysis. I'm riding with you on this one. Don't have the analysis for this one.
The Preds last year, man, they were just a classic letdown team. I mean, time and time again, you go to back them, you think they'd be valuable, and then they'd let you down. And then you're like, okay, perfect, we can fade them now, and they go fucking win against the Blackhawks. And it just was such a weird thing for them, and I think that's going to be the team that they're going to be. And now the Kraken, who, mind you, were plus 220 underdogs on Tuesday, right? Now all of a sudden they're down to plus 112 underdogs against the Predators. I do believe it's because the books are saying, what in the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know. We cannot get killed. So I think they know that the Kraken are going to win this game outright tonight. So they got to they got to price this as cheap as possible so they don't get fucking killed tonight. Right. So I think plus 112 is a good price. And that's the thing, too. That's why I like the Islanders, because they're at plus 112 as well. I think they got to price that there because they know that it's a little bit better team coming in, and they just don't want to get killed on the little bit more probable chance that those two dogs win outright.
Okay.
So I like to see Kraken a lot. To see Kraken make me a happy fella, and they need their damn first win. Shit.
I think they're getting it.
They're my new Habs, man. I love the Habs. The Habs will always be my boys. Like, I play any game of Chell anymore. It's just like Habs. I love the Habs. I always will love my Habs. But the Sea Kraken coming in, boys, I'm telling you, they look good. They look good. They had, freaking 12 shots on net to 0 against Vegas. I mean, it wasn't like in the first period. It wasn't like they looked bad. It wasn't like they looked goofy. They didn't look dumb. They were a damn good-looking team. Yeah. I'm telling you.
They were incompetent.
So I'm interested in backing them again. Next one up on tap. Last one actually up on tap. VGK, Vegas Golden Knights against the LA Kings. This one is in LA, but I think you can feel safe laying the minus 1.5. I think that that plus 1.5 is once again set up in favor of the Kings. The plus 1.5 for the Kings is set at minus 188. I think that line is set there to get some of the public over to, ooh, that dog line is plus 138 though. Wow, that's where the value is. I got to take that. So at the end of the day, it's kind of scaring people away from taking the plus 155 on the minus 1.5 for the Kings. That's where I lean. I'm not running to the window on that yet. But then again, it kind of feels pretty fucking similar to the Columbus Blue Jackets game I was telling you about. Pretty much damn near identical line. Minus 168 for the money line, plus 152 on the puck line. And then for VGK, minus 164 on the money line, plus 155 on the puck line. So almost identical. That actually analysis I learned from Yanni the Greek. He talked about how they inflate these lines, and a little bit less than this, but when learn you something here. When there's like a line of 300, right, and they inflate that fucker up to like 700.
Sure.
You look at that and you go, oh my gosh, like how can he lose? Right. That's oh my gosh, like you got to eat that chalk in some way. Not necessarily. That's kind of the books overinflating that to get the public to think that exact thing, when really 300 to 700 is only about a 7% shift in probability.
Sure.
When minus 150 to minus 200 is about a 7% shift in probability. So when I see something, obviously not totally different, but along the same thought track, when I see something like that, plus 1.5 priced at minus 188, nobody's going to see value on that and want to eat the fucking chalk on the LA Kings on that, who were a pretty let down team in and of themselves last year. Kind of a what the hell are you getting? So, boy, oh boy, my friends, hey, minus 1.5 plus 155 seems pretty good.
Okay.
For the VGK.
I'll probably stay out of that one, but I do like what you're saying.
Hey, we'll talk about it. Maybe I'll get you.
I got 3. I need a 4th here.
All right. So, hey, We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games on tap. I think we can. We let's get a fiver, man. The fiver's a nice one. Yeah, oh, come on. Where's your sense of fun? It's a 4+ leg insurance. I had a fiver last night. I went 4-1. Come on, baby. Where's your sense of fun? Hey, everybody tuning in. We're gonna have a parlay. We'll have a parlay coming for you. NHL parlay. Don't you worry. But
Stay
we
tuned.
also always recommend a little bit of sprinkle on each of the legs, just so you don't miss any of that potential action as well. If one of the legs misses. But if you played on FanDuel Sportsbook, one of the legs misses, free plug, you get your money right on back in the old account in the form of bonus bucks. All right, there's that. Last but certainly not least, we have talked about Thursday Night Football. We've talked about college football. We've talked about NHL. Now we will close it out with the last slate of the evening, my friend, before we get into your sidebar, a little bit of banter, a little bit more nonsense, a little bit of everything in between. Little motivation minutes. Don't you worry. I got your back. Extra inspiration getting through your Thursday. But Game 5. San Francisco Giants trot out Logan Webb.
Yes, they do.
For Game 5 at home in San Francisco. The opposing team, LA Dodgers, defending champs, come on into San Francisco and trot out Julio Urias.
Okay.
Currently sitting as it is right now, the San Francisco Giants are the favorites on the money line at -112, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are the puppy dogs at -104, but not at plus money. Often scary when that happens. However, you look to the run line. The Giants are the dogs on the run line. They're getting plus 1.5, but once again, -188. Kind of thinking along that same track I was just talking about with hockey there. The Dodgers -1.5, plus 155.
All right.
Wouldn't you know it? A little bit interesting to think about. I hate to think that the Dodgers are going to walk away with this one. And
I think it's going to be a toss-up, man.
it's going to be a toss-up. I don't know that I can play a side in this one. Total is set at 7. Over right now, getting the juice, -118. So that might catch a hook sometime by this afternoon. 7.5 if I was a betting man. You know me. That all being said, I think that's probably going to go up 7.5.
Okay.
I think the over, it's getting the juice right now, so I don't know. That might be the play. First half, Dodgers are dogs on the money line plus 104, but on the run line, typically a pretty solid line to play this on. Run line plus a half, -144 right now. So typically anywhere -130 to -150 is pretty damn valuable on that underdog first 5 run line there, plus a half. Might be worth a look, but I don't want to bet against my Giants.
No,
my friend.
I think it's too close to call in this one. I will probably be sitting myself out. My gut is telling me to stick with the home team in these do or die games, but I think it's too much of a toss up, man. I'm gonna have to sit myself out. If I'm being honest, because I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a fantastic game where typically I don't say this. Typically, I want some type of action in a massive game like this, but I do believe the game itself is going to be exciting enough to where, with how much of a toss-up it is, I don't think you need to risk your money on it.
Okay, so
and
that
come 8 o'clock,
being
I will
said-
most likely be eating my words with that, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm probably going to eat my words on that too. But that being said, we got one final thing we didn't cover on that game. Do we zig once again while everybody else zags?
Where's that at?
First inning.
Oh, boy.
Yerfy nerfy.
Oh,
Where
boy.
you lying without looking at the odds?
Without looking at
Remember
odds.
again, Urias Webb.
Without looking at odds, I'll say nerfy.
Okay. Odds. Yes. Plus 115.
Okay.
No. You only have to eat -140. It's
That sounds
only
like a
at
nerfy.
plus 115.
That sounds like a nerfy to me.
Sounds like a Yerfy to me.
Really?
Damn, so this one might be a toss-up and a half.
I honestly fade. My nerfy yerfy is I typically try to look at lines and then see if somebody has a boost. Like if somebody has a boost for a yerfy or a nerfy, I feel pretty damn comfortable fading it, if I'm being totally honest, and I've had some success doing that.
Yeah.
So without any of that action, I don't know.
Yeah, nothing out there quite yet on DraftKings. Mookie to hit a home run tonight is boosted, so probably not going to happen, I would say. Who knows? Nope, maybe it does. Who knows? But I typically don't like that when it's boosted. Outside of that, not crazy amounts of value. Might do a little bit of digging. Maybe try and find a little homer prop. I don't know, maybe something in between. I got to have a little bit of action on
I
this, but yeah,
know.
it's so back and forth with the money line
Right.
and the total. I don't know exactly where this bad boy falls. I would side under with the pitching matchup, but just with what's getting the juice and what's not.
All right, so how about this? Buster Posey, 9 for 18.
One time for the old dog.
Yeah, Buster Posey, 9 of 18 career. So 500 batting average career versus Julio Urias. No bombs, though. No bombs. 3 doubles, so maybe a couple hits there. I don't know. The rest of the lineup is not bad. Nothing jumping out to me, though. Nobody's bombing Urias. So let me look over here at Logan Webb. I do believe Logan Webb pitched game 1 of this series and was fantastic, but
Doesn't look like they're feeling many home runs. They're trying to keep people out of this market for some reason. Right now, Buster Posey is plus 550. I
Really?
typically like to look at like plus 250 to plus 300, something kind of really offsetting.
sure.
Mookie Betts is the favorite right now to hit a home run at plus 340. So I don't know what the heckle
That's on
is
FanDuel.
going on. Yeah.
DraftKings is even crazier.
Yeah.
425 Darren Ruff, 450 Chris Bryant, 450 Mookie Betts. That is the most baseball game I have ever said nobody's hitting a home run.
Yeah, nobody's hitting
Nobody's
a fucking
hitting a home run tonight,
Nobody's
dude.
hitting a home run tonight. That's
I've never seen a baseball game with those type of prices with hitters that they have, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's getting the seats tonight.
So this is
Unless
going-
it's like some,
Wow, this
unless
might be
it's
going
a
under.
obscure, like not someone you wouldn't expect. And
So
maybe
this
they're
might
right
be going
around.
under, and they might just be juicing that to minus 118 to try and get some more action on it.
Yeah.
Damn, we might
But
have
yeah.
a 2-1 bananas game again, my friend.
I'd be willing to, maybe some no-namer, or maybe not a no-namer, a guy that has less than 20 home runs in the regular season or something like that. But I don't think any of these stars are going to be finding the seats tonight.
Wow, that's interesting to think about. All right, well, hey, we got a slate and a half for a fucking Thursday night.
We do, man.
Are you kidding me right now?
I was not expecting this. I
kidding
pulled
me?
up my action already, and I've still got a few things to lock in. And
we got a lot to discuss.
Because you're right. I
post-show
just
to
said,
get locked in.
well, it's game 5, do or die, 105 win teams. How am I not going to have fucking action? What am I
Got
talking about?
a little bit of
What am I
something.
talking
So
about?
we got plenty to discuss and lock in and put on the Action app and talkingtheline.com after we get off the show. But we got a little bit more of the show left to cover here, so enough of all of the slates. Hope you enjoyed all of that. A little bit break deviant from the normal business as usual. We went all Thursday Night Football, then broke down all the rest of the slates a little bit faster than we usually do everything too. So value all across there. Once again, make sure you follow us on the Action app. I'm at cash_with_Colt. My partner Riley is at RMags in all caps, and then you can get the TTL Crew's best bets of the day at Talking the Line. You don't have the Action app, no fucking problem. Don't worry about it. Just go to your favorite browser, maybe the one you're watching this on. Type in talkingtheline.com. Head on over to our website. You'll see everything there, especially on the Today's Best Bets tab. Who would have known? Okay, let's wrap up the show. Last few minutes here, last few rabbit holes, a little bit of nonsense, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of inspiration. Partner, anything burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, you have been dying to get out to the kind folks that joined us on episode number 146 of the Talking the Line podcast on this beautiful October 14th, 2021.
Okay, my friend. So
I think I know where you're going with
do
this.
you?
Damn
So
it.
I did not wake up today intending to
You ready
choose
to poke the
violence.
bear? You
I
ready
did
to
not
poke the
walk
bear?
into the studio today
I
intending
know
to choose violence. I didn't
know
even look at you and say, "Fuck that! I
know
ain't feeling Colt today. I want
know
to
it.
poke him right in the fucking ribs." But I think the violence found me.
Packers.
Oh, there's nothing about the Packers or Bears.
Oh.
Not a single thing to do with the Packers or
Oh.
Bears, my friend.
Oh.
Today, on this day in sports history, October 14th, 2003, the location is Wrigley Field. The Cubs lead the Marlins 3-2 in the NLCS with a 3-0 lead heading to the 8th inning. And partner, obviously some of this has been alleviated, but the violence found me.
Fuck you, Bartman.
The violence found me today. Steve Bartman, 3-0 lead. Bartman's not the only scapegoat here. A little bit of a, botched ground ball. It was game 6. Cubs could have came back, won game 7, but, the curse lived on for at least 13 more years, my friends. And I told you I didn't wake up today looking for this violence.
This guy didn't.
I didn't walk. I didn't walk into the studio looking for this violence.
My fucking White Sox just got bounced out of the fucking postseason like a brand new.
How am I
Spalding
supposed to look
back
past
ball.
this?
And
How am I supposed to look past this? I could have been. I could have chose violence all week. I could have chose 1,000,001 Aaron Rodgers fist fucking the
I just
Bears
seen-
for the last 20 years. I could have done all of that.
Oh, I'm sure that's
And I probably
coming
will
along
tomorrow.
I'm
I
sure
probably
that's
will
coming along
tomorrow now.
you asshole. But that being said, now for the rest of this day, all that is going to flash through my mind is Moises Alou making contact with Steve Bartman in one of the worst moments as a small child that I ever had to live through, and now I have to relive it. I had finally forgotten the date, and now I remember it is 10/14/03 all over again.
I might have skimmed past it, but the website I use, every 10 moments, they'll actually put a picture, and of course, Bartman's face is just.
Damn it! With his stupid fucking headphones and his stupid fucking hat and his stupid crew neck and the stupid goat and the... Damn it! Hey, at least we got to see it in 2016.
You got
Cubby fans.
alleviated.
Ah, man, oh man.
got
Hey, that was
alleviated.
sidebar before we get into that, because hey, hell of a fucking rabbit hole here. One of the greatest nights of my life in 2016. That was
There you go.
That
You can
was
turn it on me.
yeah. I'll get a little happy. That was electric. We were both going to ISU at that
Mm-hmm.
point in time, and we were all huddled in a little small fucking apartment. Me and 20 of my closest Cubby buddies, and
We had a
holy
house
shit.
full of 3 White Sox fans and a Cardinals fan.
Yeah, they were pretty pissed off.
And we were actively rooting for the Indians.
Yeah, and when they won, he walked down the field and walked down the street and somebody was all excited and he was like, "Hey, fuck you!"
Oh no, that was no, that was NLCS. It was NLCS, and the bars, the main bars at ISU, at least right by
Hey,
our
shout
campus.
shout out, Brujas.
Yes, Brewhouse. We were
Yeah,
in
shout
pub
out.
2. We were walking there, and my brothers were actually in town for the weekend. And I'm not the one that chooses violence with strangers in any capacity whatsoever, ever,
Yeah.
in any capacity whatsoever. But we're walking down the street. Not Colton, he wasn't there, but my my brothers and a couple other buddies. No Cubs fans here. And we're walking down the street. I've had plenty of beverages that day, so that definitely played into it. And I can't remember if it was clinching, like they went on to win the World Series or to go on the World Series,
Yeah, they clinched it.
or if
Pretty
it was
sure.
a game where it was basically all right, that was the one where the Dodgers needed, or else it was.
I'm pretty sure it was the clincher.
It might have been, but anyways, some random dude expecting 90% of the people he saw to be amped on the Cubs, just yeah, let's go Cubs. I said, go fuck yourself. It might have been, and everyone's just whoa, whoa, and the guy himself was like, oh. And I was like, hey, I'm not having it.
So there you see, poor loser Sox fan.
Yeah.
He has crawled out of his shell to come out and face the public after a rough beat a few days ago. But yeah, we fuck
These
off.
boys help.
We stormed the quad. We stormed the
Yeah,
quad
yeah.
on that day in
Stormed the quad.
2016.
Yeah,
That was a blast and a half. Something Mr. Magnuson can never say he did with his favorite baseball team. So, what an electric affair! What an electric evening. Probably speaking of electric affair, electric afternoon is going to be this upcoming week. The old Bears and Pack. Bear down.
No.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, but
No. Yeah.
no. I was saying, not responding to that. No, as far as I didn't get to do that. I was in the city 2015 when the Blackhawks won the Cup, so that was
Yeah, blast.
blast. I guess obviously not entering a 100-year drought, but still being
But
in
still
the city
sick
for that. Yeah,
being part of that dynasty, because that was the last year of the dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
That was
20 years old, managed to get my way into a Chicago bar with my brothers and
Hell yeah.
sister-in-law. Yeah.
It's been rough sledding ever since, kids. Rough sledding. So we were there for the best times. We've been here for the worst times. Hopefully it'll turn around after last night's rough beat. We get them back tomorrow, boys. I can't remember who we play, but we get
Mm-hmm. I
them
have
back
no
tomorrow.
idea.
I gotta look ahead. Haven't tapped that deep into hockey yet. All right, there you go. There you have it. Everything in between. Thank you for your sidebar, partner.
Of course.
Obviously,
New Jersey Devils tomorrow for the
obviously,
Blackhawks.
definitely got us into some good rabbit holes for sure.
Oh, my bad.
I appreciate you. All right, so all that being said, a couple of key announcements, get you some motivation minutes, then get on out of here. Go on and get y'all, but y'all come back now. You hear? Hold on one second. If you missed yesterday's drop of Wise Words, our other show, make sure you stop by, tune into that bad boy. Features some of the most electric names, personalities, brains, if you will, in the sports gambling industry if you didn't know about it, yesterday's episode was Mr. Mark Drumheller. He is a writer, on-air host for Yahoo Sportsbook and the Philadelphia Insider, also betting for breakfast on Saturday mornings before college football kicks off, as well as get your bets in with co-host John Jensen on Fox Sports Philadelphia. So absolutely electric guest, one of the most Philadelphia guys either one of us has ever talked to, was an absolute electric factory. So once again, loaded show. Can't tell Mark how much we appreciate him and stopping by. And then check out the rest of them, because there is loads of good insights, good analysis. We're all trying to help you become better bettors, and also at the same time kind of not have the stone cold typical analysis and everything you would see on a daily sports betting show. More of an opportunity to kind of kick back, talk how you want, be who you want, do what you want, and be a real humming bean for a little while, but also talking some fucking sports betting, which is just absolutely electric in and of itself.
Right.
So check that out. Wise Words Podcast, available on your favorite podcast directory or right here on this here YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell so you never miss any of that content or a live show, daily show starting. Make sure you stop by the Talking the Line link tree. You'll see our talkingtheline.com, very easy, talkingtheline.com website in there, as well as all of our social platforms and additional content. Make sure you check out all of that stuff. Like us, follow us there. Can't tell you how much we appreciate it when you do. We make all this content and do all this for you guys, so we can't tell you how much we appreciate all the support, and we're going to keep making it bigger and better. UFC blog coming out on Saturday. RMags Extra Cheddar blog coming out sometime Sunday. Ooh, we're going to have to figure out how to coordinate that. I just thought that I got a nice little wedding this weekend, so we'll have to figure out how to get that rocking and rolling. Yeah. Might schedule it. I think I can actually schedule it too. We'll talk about that after the show. It's totally different fucking shit you guys don't need to be worried about. Other blogs coming up, NCAA basketball coming up, NBA basketball blogs. We'll have some futures, some plays, just some stuff in between. I'm thinking about starting a daily inspiration corner again. A little some, nothing crazy, nothing major, but just a little something in your email inbox every morning. Get you a little something. I don't know. Who am I to say? But outside of that, I think I got it all. I think I hit it all. I don't think I missed anything. Nope, doesn't look like I missed anything. Partner, anything I missed, anything you can't think of?
Minor. Joe Judge said they are optimistic about Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton this week.
Nothing so far about Danny Dimes.
No.
Okay. Well, we'll keep you updated as always. Injury updates, everything coming out. Make sure you follow at Talking the Line on Twitter. We always do all of the injury updates that come out. We both utilize a couple of key apps that we can instantaneously find exactly who's tweeting what and send that out to you guys. So make sure you follow us there. Another
Danny Dimes will participate in practice today, non-contact.
So, Mr. drooling out of his face, almost about to fall over, looking like he'd been in a 12-round prize fight, is about to go practice again.
Potentially play, against the Rams. Don't see Xavier Howard or Devontae Parker at Dolphins practice for the second straight day.
So, not good. Even if Tua does play, he won't have the full list of weaponry. Okay, well, then you know what that means, my friends. We've covered everything we possibly can. Time to get y'all out of here with one final segment. Something I always promise to do to you guys, or do for you guys, and that I've never found another show in our market, in our industry, our niche, do. So I will continue to do so. But if you know of one, hey, send them our way. We'd love to have them on for a feature sometime. But right now, let's get into my motivation minutes. Okay. So, Partner knows what's going on. Partner knows what's happening at the old TTL production studios. We're dealing with some shit, if I do say so myself. And
tomfoolery, you might say.
Yeah, big time, for sure. And you know, kind of two-parter to this one, but I just wanted to take an opportunity because it's something that I kept saying to myself and reminded myself of as this was kind of all transpiring today. We had shit transpiring before the show as we're trying to build the show and get ready for the show and do other research. I mean, absolutely clusterfuck in a half, but I wanted to remind you guys to control what you can control. And most of the time, the only thing that is the brain rattling around inside of your noggin. And I'm sure you've heard that in one way, shape, form, or the other. And the funny thing is that we necessarily don't apply it all the time or how we actually should. We say, oh, yeah, all we can control what you can control the brain. That's all, you can only control your brain. But nobody actually really does control their brain. So two parts of this, two parts of perspective. First perspective is control what you can control. Don't worry about all the outside forces. Don't worry about what other people think of you. And I mean, this goes back to all my messages over the course of the last few weeks. Not worrying about a specific situation. If you're in a specific situation that makes you be something that you're not, get out of that. Control what you can control. Don't stay stuck in anything. Don't try and change the entire world on the opposite side of that coin. But just control what you can control. And I know I don't have to beat that horse by any means. You know what I'm saying. The other part to that, the second perspective I wanted to share is what I said. Control your brain. Most of the time, everybody talks about that. To control the thing rattling around in between your ears or whatever way you've heard it. And so often I don't know it's that we don't know how to do it. It's just that we don't take time to practice it. And it takes a lot of effort and time and energy to control your brain. And most of the time, you don't even realize it. And it was funny. This morning, partner was walking up the path onto the, coming up to this production studios, me let him in. And I could just see he was going 100 miles a minute in his head and just hadn't woken up for the day yet. And they just sleepwalking down the path. And he's laughing right now because he knows I'm spot on.
I wouldn't say 100 miles. It was more so about 0.5 miles.
Yeah, just going whatever, which direction. But
yeah,
just not in the moment.
Right.
And where
100%.
you should have been. And he got about 5 feet away from me and eyes got real big and looked up. He, oh, shit, good morning. I was like, hey, morning. been here for a minute. But it's those little moments that you notice. And it's kind of funny how it came all full circle that I thought about that as I'm talking about this. Is those little moments are the ones that are so precious that you can practice controlling your brain for the big moments, for the moments that actually matter, when shit's crashing in, when shit's happening, when they're trying to open up a full construction site in your production studio. Just control your brain. I know it's going to go in a million different directions and left, right, and center, and what possibility, this possibility, no possibility, yes possibility, everything in between. The key is realizing that that is not you that is generating all those thoughts. That is your brain working for you. You are this right here. You are what you feel. You are the inside. You are the internal. You are what you feel operating this meat sack that we call a body. And you're not this thing way up here that's rattling around. And you have the ability to use that just like you do any other muscle. You have the ability to use it to your advantage, or you can let it control you and use it to your disadvantage. So two parts to that. Control what you can control. Control what you can control. Don't try and change the world. Don't get bent out of shape by everything happening. But at the same time, actually control what you can control and learn how to control your brain and take those small moments. It takes practice. It takes a lot of work to, when you got 50,000 things at once, focusing only on the one thing that you're doing right now. And that's my challenge for you today. As the 50 million flaming arrows are flying at you across the battlefield, focus on the one flaming arrow that's right here, right now. Take care of that, and all the rest will handle itself. That does it for my motivation minutes of the day.
Fantastic stuff, my man. Love that you use me as an example. I think
that?
it works for in my case. I was
How
just
about that?
coffee machine broke, zombied out of my mind. Didn't even try to get on top of myself, and it wasn't like it wasn't like an anxiety type thing. It was just I was just a zombie, and then
Just spinning.
Oh, hey.
No, it's just shit.
Hey.
I forgot I was fucking walking. Like, it's just those things, and like that's even a thing too. Like, it doesn't, and I'm glad you said that too.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like an anxiety thing. Like, think about it too. Next time you're driving your car, next time you're going down the road, and I'm sure you can think about a time right now that you are going from A to B, and all of a sudden you end up at B, and you say, what the fuck did I pass? What did I do? What has happened? That is your brain controlling you. That is prime example. That is not you. That is your brain controlling you, and you allowing it to spin in every which different direction of, oh, this thing should happen, or oh, I should do this. And it doesn't have to be anxiety. It just be you're thinking of 50 million things you got to check off a list, and you're probably most of the time can't even do anything about that list right here, right now. So focus on how the steering wheel feels in your hand, how the air feels on your face, what the gas pedal feels like. Focus on all those small, little, intricate details, and focus on controlling your brain, and watch a lot of the big areas and a lot of those huge things that really aren't that huge in the scope of world issues, but watch those become a lot easier to handle because you've gotten good at controlling your brain in the small, little, minuscule areas.
Right.
Something to think about, but that officially does it. My motivation minutes of the day. Something that works for me, something that helps me survive this thing called LIFE. All right, dude. Anything else I officially missed? I saw a couple of lights. I saw a couple of vibrations going down over here.
Nothing really, no.
Antonio Gibson, he did participate. It's so weird what's going on with him.
Seen
this
that
year.
every single week this year.
Yeah, he's a DNP, and then he comes out on Sunday and just absolutely destroys it. Yeah,
babying him.
Hey, that's fine by me. He keeps putting up 25 fantasy points a week. He's going to keep staying in my RB2 slot just fine. So, all that being said, my friends, nothing else I can see here. Once again, be sure to follow us on the Action app. We'll put all of our extra pops, picks, everything like that out on there, or talkingtheline.com, today's best bets tab. You'll see all of our main bets. Also might put out a few on Twitter. We might just kind of talk through some stuff on Twitter, toss some stuff out there as well. We want to engage with you guys, so stop by. Seriously, anything we put out there, drop a comment, drop whatever. We definitely do more research. We do a lot of work outside of just doing the pod. I don't know why that's a common misconception. We just show up on the pod and that's all we do. Just, hey, howdy ho. We just show up and talk for a little while, and that's all we do the rest of the day. I don't know. We put a lot of effort, put a lot of energy into this, so we love to connect with you guys. We love to, what I was saying with that is we do a lot more work than the average bear, but we want to share that work with you. We want to, like I always say, we do this content for you. We do this work for you. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you guys, and we're only going to keep making it bigger and better. So, all that being said, let's wrap up today's show the only way we know how. Partner? Ladies and gentlemen, degenerates, gamblers, fans of the NFL Shield, fantasy football players, Thursday Night Football fans, anybody I might have left out, and I got my partner for the second time back-to-back days. Far and wide from myself and Mags. Thank you so much for choosing to stop by episode number 146 of the Talking the Line podcast on once again, so you don't have to check your calendar, this beautiful October 14th, 2021. Once again, also, can't tell you how much we appreciate each and every one of you. From the bottom of our hearts, we do this every single day for you guys. We get juiced up to come and pod. We get juiced up to come and do the daily show, to give you guys insights, to see what opportunities are going to come our way that we get to continue to send the TTL spaceship closer and closer to the moon and further into orbit. It's all because of each and every one of you. We see you. We appreciate your support, your following. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Fucking thank you. Love all of you out there. All that being said, one final box to check. We hope you have a spectacular rest of your Thursday, unless you have any other plans. Make sure you get today's best bets of the day in from the crew so you can say right alongside with us at the end of every single show. Let's cash. Goodness sakes, this guy. Some tickets.
Are you behind on your credit card bills? Go on, pick up the phone and start dialing.